Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Gordon, man. We live in it right now. Yes, sir. So we got Spider-Man 2 PS5 official new confirmed update in Marvel's new is that new Game Plus? Oh, new leak. Marvel new leak. Okay. It is what it is. Yeah. Uh soon new Game Plus come out. I'm restart Spider-Man 2 PS5. It's gonna be on the channel and everything, bro. I think I sort of streamed Spider-Man 2, like when I first got it, but I was more likely trying to just finish the game off.
10,000 veterans and military spouses
One
by the end
second.
of 2023. And our commitment doesn't stop
Ah,
there. At T-Mobile, we also
sorry
offer
about it.
exclusive
I'm glad I
solutions
looked down
on
at the screen. I forgot
military and
to
veteran families
put it
all
into
year.
the live
Thank you
stream.
for your service.
That would have been
today
awful.
and every day.
So
But
the
here we go.
Insomniac situation has really taken a turn for the worse. If you haven't been paying attention, especially in the past few hours, we pretty much got the biggest data leak of any video game thus far. Even exceeding the one from last year regarding GTA 6, this is on a whole different scale. Essentially, every single current and future project over at Insomniac Games has been leaked online. And I'm not just talking about roadmap, but pretty much cutscenes, full plot, animations, gameplay, even financial situations,
I ain't gonna lie.
revenue splits
When
with Sony and with Marvel, plus the contracts
I
that
think
were
when they
signed
first
for the
leaked
Marvel
some stuff on
franchise. But
Spider-Man
truly
2,
heartbreaking to see this happening
bro,
in
that did
real
not
time.
make
Of
me
course, if you don't
want
to
to
get
not play
spoiler
the game.
anything,
Like
I
it made me
suggest
want to
staying
play
off
the
Twitter
game
and
more.
Reddit for now, and
I
especially the
guess for
subs
some people it's
dedicated to
like
this
I already
type of
seen what happens, so
information.
I gotta
So
play.
how did this
But
came
for
to
me,
be? Well,
I'm like
essentially,
I
a week
seen what
ago or
happened,
so on December
and I want to
12th,
do it
Cyber
myself.
Daily on Australian news outlet reported that the
I
ransomware
think
group
differently.
called Riceta, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, already posted
I'm
some
logging
critical
on my phone
data
to make
from
sure
their
everything's up
apparent
and
data
going.
breach over at Insomniac Games.
Okay, we got that
This
one.
soon proved to be
Just
completely
one more.
true because Sony also confirmed that online, plus they also opened up their own
Okay, we
investigation, and
good.
there was also a
Let me
ransom to be
turn up
paid
the
of about
volume.
$2 million in Bitcoin, as it usually happens with these kinds of things. But obviously that never got paid, and for good reason. Even if you do pay these hackers, you still don't have the guarantee that the data which is already in their hands won't eventually still be released online. So the obvious course of action here is to contact authorities, which is also what happened in the case of the GTA 6 leaker from last year, which eventually, well, at least one of them were caught and sentenced by the UK authorities. In any case, the
Yeah, I think
release
he got
schedule is
5 years.
very interesting because it does confirm a few things that we kind of
It was
suspected
either
for a
5 years
while
or
now,
3 years.
and mainly
I
that
think it was one of
Insomniac
those.
Games is turning into that
As
Marvel
they,
studio of games.
it is
They
what
pretty
it
much
is.
released Spider-Man, they have Venom, they have Wolverine, there are some projects pertaining to
Ooh,
the X-Men universe in there too. So
I
obviously
always get
this is the way forward,
antsy
and
when
it's
that
not
happens.
just because Marvel is a massive franchise, but mostly because
I
this
think
is
I
where
had a
most of the
friend who told me
We're seeing
he said
EVs
his favorite
more every
Spider-Man suit
day.
was
Good to know there's
the
one that
yellow
can
and
still
black one
make
from
people
the
say,
first game. I told him
their
to stop talking
ROI
about
in the past few years
it. Nah,
stands
bro.
in.
Everybody know
And I'm talking about return on
the
investment.
Web
These are the
Raimi suit
games
from
that produce
Spider-Man
the
3
most
is the
amount of
best one,
profit for the
or at least
company
top
up until
5.
now. Spider-Man 1 and 2, and of course Miles Morales.
Top
Compared
10
to
is
Ratchet and Clank,
complete
which was their
disrespect.
previous big series, the recent Rift Apart did not even pull off a profit, which is kind of daunting if you think about it. This is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I grew up with Ratchet and Clank, so it breaks my heart to learn that Rift Apart did not, in fact, pull off a profit. Maybe the time in which it dropped wasn't the best. It was when PS5 just came out. There was a shortage of hardware out there. So people mainly forgot about it in the meantime because eventually the supply chain problems were fixed. But the game released years back. And in the meantime, we had other distractions.
I ain't
So
gonna
it
lie,
doesn't
I
mean
played
that
Rift
Ratchet and
Apart
Clank
right
isn't going to
before
get another game. It will,
Spider-Man
but
2 came
only
out.
after a few
Because I
years
wanted to
after
know, because
Spider-Man
they
3.
said they would
There's quite a bit
incorporate it
of
in the game.
time to wait
And they
until
did.
then.
They did it
Now,
for
in the
that
meantime, we do
Miles
have
mission.
these confirmed projects. Obviously, 2024 is not going to see much. Spider-Man 2
I
is still
mean, I
going
know
to
it
be the
wasn't what
main
I
line game
expected.
here
When they
that we will
said
focus on, likely with updates.
Rift
At some point,
Apart, I thought it was
Spider-Man
gonna be
2
like some
had a
traveling back
proposed
in time
update, or at
stuff
least
that we would do.
standalone spin-off
But
with
it
multiplayer
was
included.
what
This
it
is
was.
where that multiplayer rumor came
I was
into
always worried
play.
about
It's
how that would
maybe
have happened.
still going to be in the plans. Maybe we will still see an update that includes Spider-Man 2 with multiplayer, but I wouldn't count on it. It does seem, however, that a significant portion of the team is still engaged into developing stuff for Marvel Spider-Man 2, so 2024 is likely going to look very interesting for the game. Past this and into 2025, we're looking at the Venom game. This actually is going to be the next launch in between Spider-Man 2 and the
Oh
Wolverine
yeah, I
game,
forgot you
which
can do all
has a
that if you
2026, I believe,
glitch
release
the game.
date, unless something goes wrong and they delay
And I
it.
don't
But
want to do that
Venom
because
is going to be the next
I
game,
might
and this is
forget to
going to
save
act
it. And
like
then
the
I'm
same
just stuck there
standalone
until
as
I
Miles
reload.
was for
Also, my
Spider-Man
PS5 be
1. So
tweaking,
this is going
so
to be
my
the version of
PS5 might
that, but for
overheat
Spider-Man
when
2.
I'm
So 8 to
loading
10
up
hours of story,
Spider-Man.
playing with a whole new character, in this case Venom, a storyline, and pretty much open world stuff that you would expect in New York. So missions, events, bases, crimes, collectibles, and all of that, except that we're gonna do it with Venom, which I'm all up for, baby. This looks really interesting. Now, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I will say this: a lot of the stuff that has been built up and teased at the end of certain story missions and side content in Spider-Man 2
My
is
boy is still
actually seemingly
struggling.
going to be built towards the Venom games. So that part with Cassidy getting the Carnage suit is obviously going to be built towards this Venom game instead of any DLC
I
or
think
Spider-Man 3.
other
This
than
also
the
means
first
no
two
Miles
parts,
Morales
I wore
3, and for good reason. I think
the
that what
wetsuit like
Insomniac
the
is
whole
aiming
rest of
for
the
right
game.
here
I
is
didn't care.
essentially exploring a character as a standalone to give them a bit more of that limelight. It happened with Miles Morales. They showed his background. There's no point in making another game about him since it's obviously mainline Spider-Man now and part of Spider-Man 3. And this just gives us a lot more opportunities to explore other characters. Maybe that's going to be the way they will approach Silk 2, or who knows. It doesn't seem that there's a Silk standalone game being planned, so maybe she's going to be explored in Spider-Man 3 at some point. Now,
I
very
wish she
interesting
could
to
be
note is
explored
that
in
starting 2025, according to
Spider-Man
Insomniac's own forecast, we might get to see an Insomniac game releasing almost every year. So
Spider-Man, what would you
Venom,
call it?
Wolverine, then Spider-Man 3, and then there's
She could
also a
be
bunch of other
explored in
projects in
a
there with the Marvel
Spider-Man.
Universe plus Ratchet and
Sorry,
Clank.
I'm
So it
thinking.
looks like a very busy schedule.
DLC.
However, I'm 99.9% sure that some of it, at the very least, is going to suffer some delays just because of the way these things kind of work. Plus, all things considered, Insomniac still has a pretty small team for all of the projects that they are currently engaged into. So 600 employees and, well, developers sounds like a lot, but not when you have video games of this magnitude. However, I'm like 99.9% sure that this is not going to be the case, and at least one of these projects will suffer some kind of delays at some point. Now, this also brings us to the next important subject, and that is Spider-Man 3. And I believe that Insomniac Games might follow a very similar route with how Sony Santa Monica did with God of War Ragnarok. Now, for those who are unaware or did not know, the God of War series, after being rebooted on the PlayStation 4 and 5, was supposed to contain 3 parts. However, Sony Santa Monica decided that instead of releasing 3 parts, the last 2 would be grouped up and condensed into one single bigger release, which was God of War Ragnarok last year. And from the looks of it, it seems that Insomniac is finding itself now in the same situation. So according to one of its panels, at some point it was proposed that Spider-Man 3 to be released in 2 parts as a 2-part series, one coming up in holiday 2027 and another one in holiday 28. However, it might be that things will change until then, and they might decide on going
I
with the
wonder what
same
they ever
route that
do.
Sony
What
Santa
they did
Monica
for
did with God of War
God of
and
War
just
Ragnarok,
condense that
where
into a
they have
much bigger game and kind of
the
go out
the
with a
regular game,
banger. God of War
and then if you
Ragnarok is
have
one
the
of my
regular
favorite
game, you
games
can
of
get
all time.
Valhalla
They
as a
absolutely
free
nailed
upgrade.
it. The story length was perfect, 50 hours right there. It was just insane how good it was. I just hoped the same were the
I'm not
case with
playing
Spider-Man
God of War
2. I
Ragnarok.
found it to be
I
rather short
stopped for
this
a
time
while
around.
because
I think that
I don't know. It
5 to
felt
10
like I
more
was
hours
going in
of story
circles
would have
for a
definitely
while.
tied
I
out
think they
some
say you
loose
do
ends
that
in
for a
there,
while
given
as
more
you
shine
progress.
towards certain characters and flesh them out a little bit more. And I think
Kind of
that they
weird. You
have the
can't go
perfect
into the
opportunity
subway.
to do so
Well, you
with
can, but
Spider-Man 3. I
I don't
don't
think it's
think it's
like the
going to
same.
release in
You just
two-part
go down
series
there
as
and then you walk
it
back
makes
up.
little sense for them at this
You don't
point.
get on the
In any
subway.
case, that is about it with the major news so far. Of course, there are some other bits of info in there. There's actually a lot more than I covered. A lot of info about their future IPs, a lot of info and spoils about well, the games in general, which I don't recommend seeing and taking a look at, because you're just going to ruin a very fun experience for you. I have seen them, and trust me, they are not worth it. But this is pretty much it with the video. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.
He's out. He's out. Yeah. Your boys is hungry. I got some food in the kitchen, bro. I think it was some Chick-fil-A. I might record it. I don't know. Maybe we'll just talk or whatever. But thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna see y'all on the next